Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I've covered this on my on my website at callforanuprising.com, which if you haven't checked out, please consider checking out. I know a lot of you want me to cover it. I did a video on it. A lot of you probably didn't see it because YouTube took it down within an hour of me uploading it, saying that it was dangerous. What I was saying was dangerous, which is just an absolute joke, which shows you just more and more that people such as myself are speaking the truth here, and they don't want you to know that. I want to cover what I call the My Sharona virus, without saying the word to trigger the algorithm so the video doesn't get taken down. I'm just going to call it the Sharona virus, or you can call it COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. Now, everybody has a take on this, and if it's real, if it's not. After researching this for weeks, after just doing as much as I possibly could to figure out what was going on without speculating, and again, obviously you could say what I'm saying is speculation. This is just my take now. This is how I fully feel about it. I know people think that nothing is happening, even though we see all these people in these masks all around the world, around the country, obviously caused from fear. This is why, they see it. It's monkey see, monkey do, right? So there are people who believe that it's 100% not even a real thing. But I believe that the COVID-19 isn't real, but I do believe that this has everything to do with the 5G technology. Now, it's not a coincidence that Wuhan just rolled out this 5G technology, and this is where it started to happen, and all these people were having immune problems, because one of the things that I've talked about with 5G is the dangers it's going to cause on people's bodies. It's going to be like living in a microwave. We've all been warning people about it. Now, what better way to come in and be able to cover this up with all of a sudden everybody getting sick, having respiratory issues, people fainting, people's bodies, temperatures heating up, their core inside their bodies heating up? What better way to deflect off of it? Because people would say, well, what is changing? Why is everybody getting sick? What's going on? They go, it's the 5G, get the 5G down. Instead, they can blame it on something like the coronavirus. It is not, or the Sharonavirus. It is not something that is new. This thing has existed for a long time. You can even see on the sides of bottles like Lysol that it's supposed to combat the coronavirus. So why are these people spraying themselves with Lysol then? Covering their homes with Lysol? And of course, CNN and these other scam artists have to come out and say, well, it's true, Lysol does say that it can kill the coronavirus, but I mean, it's different when it's in the body, they're just deflecting, because they can't stop people's people themselves taking all the information they have and looking into things and being real journalists themselves, or whatever they want to call themselves, investigators, or just finding out truth on their own, because people aren't buying into the mainstream media's crap anymore. So I'm sure you've seen the predictive programming. This is old. A lot of people posted this on my website when it first came out. The Eyes of Darkness, which even has predictive programming in there about the Wuhan 400 and this disease. Again, Wuhan, this is where it supposedly began and spread, but this is one of the places where the 5G towers went up. I covered even years ago, they had this huge disc, which is right outside of Wuhan. It almost looks like CERN in a sense. It's a huge satellite that they claim they were going to use to contact aliens and stuff like that. Right? This is the crap that they put out there, so people go, ooh, ah, because they would never think that this type of technology is dangerous. We've seen people go in front of Congress before talking about 5G with no answers as to how it'll affect people's safety. This is how they're going to cover for it. And it works in so many more ways than people realize. This isn't just about, well, this is how they'll cover for 5G, right? People are just going to start getting sick because they're going to have respiratory problems from the waves that are coming out of these 5G towers. So we'll just tell them it's the virus, and then what's going to happen? This is how the Hegelian dialect works, because they're going to be able to work in other gimmicks. Problem, reaction, solution, right? The problem is they'll tell you the COVID-19, when really it's the 5G towers. People are going to react. Everybody's panicking all around the country because of the fear prop that they're putting out there. And what's the solution they're going to come in with? Somebody's going to create the what? The shot. The vaccine. Someone's going to create it. And then people are going to line up for it, and it's going to become mandatory. So this is a way they're going to get everybody mandatorily to go and sign up and get this vaccine, even though they don't even realize that the coronavirus is pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's a joke. The shots aren't even going to cure anything. They're just going to get people sicker, just like the flu shot. And this is what we've seen go on. We've seen the market crash, right? Blaming it on Corona. Then we saw markets skyrocket up in other countries because rumors are coming out that they've developed the vaccine before, so much faster than expected, and now they're testing it on humans, and the market goes back up, right? And we're even seeing in China that they're destroying what? Currency, because they're saying people are getting sick from the currency, transferring the currency to one another. So they're destroying currency. This is another agenda, right? To have the electronic currency to be the currency, one world currency. And this is another thing that they're able to push. So look at all the agendas being pushed and wrapped around this, right? Being able to completely shadow the dangers of 5G because everyone's just going to believe it's this outbreak because they've been sat through predictive programming for movies like Outbreak, quarantine type movies. How many have we seen over the years, month after month, just like the alien invasion crap, right? That's to desensitize people and to prepare them for this stuff so they believe it. Oh my gosh, this disease just came out of thin air. Suddenly the whole world has it. It's like saying it's the same propaganda we hear with the flu, right? And all these people are just dying, and that stuff's not true. But the fact that people, are having these reactions, and collapsing on the spot and stuff like that. Some people don't believe that that's legit or not, but that is the effect that 5G is going to have on people in their respiratory system. These waves are not natural. These waves are not. We're not supposed to be living with this type of crap going on in our, in our our airspace. It's like getting zapped. Your body temperatures are going to be firing on all different cylinders. So that's fully what I believe that this is for. We saw with the Super Bowl, they really were pushing the 5G that day as if here it is, it's here now, get ready, 2020, right? We heard Trump talk about how it's mandatory to beat other countries to race them to get the best 5G technology before everybody else. And we see all these other countries who, started off like Wuhan with pretty much openly say, oh, we've got the 5G towers up and everything's wonderful. And then these are the things, the side effects that come of it. And then what do? They just put a little ribbon on it and they go, well, we're just going to tell everybody that it's this. And everybody's just going to go, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We're all going to get sick. We're going to die. Well, you are going to get sick. And they're going to keep blaming it on this disease, and they're going to keep telling you to go get vaccinated, and then they're going to make vaccinations mandatory. And guess what? All the while, these towers are getting put up in your towns, my town, everybody's town, and there's nothing that we can do about it. Nothing. Because people won't buy it. You know why? Because they need to download their music a little bit quicker. They want their internet speeds to be faster. That's the society that we live in 2020. That's how dumbed down this world has become. That these are the priorities that people have. These are the things that matter most. Oh, if I get a chip in me, I can open a door without a key. Sign me up. Huh? Oh, we can download things faster. Let's just pretend that there's no. These are people out there who defend 5G, who are, the people who claim like they believe in science and all this other stuff, and they always preach science versus religion or faith. And they talk about all this stuff with gravity and air frequencies and radioactivity and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, what do you think 5G is shooting out of the tower? Water mist? I mean, you might as well just put yourself in a microwave. And that's exactly what they're doing to all of us. We've all warned about it. That is my take on what I've seen from the Sharona so far, the COVID-19. And I think the funniest stuff that's come out, not even the book, which is just funny predictive programming. I think personally, like just seeing, people finding these like Lysols and these like, stain cleaners that have these germ sprays that literally it says it kills the corona. And then having these idiots on the news have to come out and they go, well, yes and no. You know what I mean? It's hilarious because They underestimate people. They do, because they look at all of us as if we're the zombie people in the middle. Those people don't even exist to them. They're so stupid. You know, the atheists and the people who just don't critically think about anything. They underestimate us as far as all of us, as far as just even the littlest of things. They're like, oh, they won't notice that. Oh, they won't see that. And everybody does. And again, that's something I love about the website is people find this stuff and they share this stuff. That's why I recommend everybody go over there, check it out. I apologize for not being able to get any Sharona stuff up here. Again, I showed you the strike, not strike, the danger warning and the fact that they took it down. Over there, I can talk about all this stuff freely. Hopefully, more people will sign up for the site. But again, let me know what your take is. There's always a chance this video is going to get taken down. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I'll probably make sure I back it up over on the website. I definitely will, actually. But, you know, these are things they don't want channels talking about. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be a channel that doesn't have information on this out there, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find some of it unless you're subscribed, because you could search for some of this stuff, and the most ridiculous videos come up on Sharona and on 5G, and none of them talking about the correlation between the two at all. You have to really, really dig. So this is the stuff, you know, that they don't want out there. So let me know what you think below. I hope you found this video somewhat informational. That's just my take on what it is so far from what I've seen. People have been asking me a lot about it, and understandably so. It's kind of the big story. So I do totally believe that this is going to be the way that they brush off the side effects and the serious effects that 5G is going to have on people. I really do. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.